बैकड्रॉप पे आ जाते हैं, बैकड्रॉप पे आ जाते हैं। आ जाओ ना, बैकड्रॉप पे आ जाते हैं।
साइड में रहो, साइड में रहो। मनोज सर, सर यहाँ पे। मनोज सर आपके। आगे मांगे हो। ये ना मांगे क्या? अच्छा सही है। मनोज सर इधर। बढ़िया हुआ है प्रेजेंट। मनोज सर यहाँ पे। यस मनोज सर। बराबर है बस। पीछे जाओ। पीछे पीछे।
तुम सबको बाकी ले लो। सॉरी दादा, सॉरी। आप लोग यहाँ से जाओ। ये भाई कुत्ता संभाल, पकड़ेगा नहीं तो पैर।
हाँ भाई आ रहा हूँ।
As we are about to begin, please have a seat. Thank you.
Mr. Ajit Andare, the man at the helm of Viacom 18 Motion Pictures, the COO of Viacom 18 Motion Pictures, please on stage. And the man who dared Budhia to dream, the man who plays the role of the coach in Budhia Singh, Manoj Bajpayee, two-time National Award winner. And do all of you love football? You love football? So you should know who I'm talking about. The rock star, the captain of the Indian football team, Sunil Chhetri. Okay, the next person who's going to come on stage is the man who actually literally ran with Budhia, who encouraged him when he was Okay, so should we start? Okay. Let me start with you, Soumendra. You're from Orissa. What was so special about Budhia's story that made you make this feature film?
Hi everyone.
Should be able to hear you.
Okay. Yeah, I think 2006 when I was started following my story, and I was still an engineering student. You know how the news used to play out. Sachin scored 100 and Budhia scored yet ran another marathon. So it became a lot of fascination, point of fascination, and how such a small kid could run such extraordinary distances and huge euphoria surrounding it. And then there was this, the man who was guiding the kid, and he had a huge backstory as well. A judo coach and a slum kid, and the whole thing was very dramatic and very interesting from that point of view. And since I'm from Odisha, so organically it came to me to cover the story. I think I thought I could bring out a new voice and fresh voice, which people otherwise wouldn't come to know on a national level. Yeah.
Ajit, as a studio, Viacom 18 has backed remarkable films. Films that have a larger meaning, have brought superior cinema to audiences. Why did you choose Budhia Singh Born to Run? Why did you choose to back it?
I think you've answered your questions in a way, but I think I'm glad you asked the question, because whenever we've done unusual films, we've often been asked this question. People asked us, why did you do Bhag Milkha Bhag? You know, why did you do Mary Kom? Why did you do Manjhi? This is not the conventional cinema that, let's say, our industry is known to produce. So yes, so these films are very dear to us, because I think at the heart of these films is a great story. It's a great human story. And I think we all love a hero. And when the hero is very real, when the hero is someone who's living, breathing, and someone who's accessible, and best of all, a child like several children here, then I think it just becomes so much more inspiring, you know. So I think this is a film with a great heart. It's a film which will touch your chord, and it's a film which will make you think as to how as a nation we have come to this position in sporting achievement, and it will make you question the kind of system we have in this country. So I think if a film touches you and it leaves you with a question, I think that to me is a good enough film and a great enough film.
Before I come to you, Manoj, I want to ask Mr. Gill, who was in Orissa at the time that Budhia Singh was running these marathons. You gave him great support. What was it that you saw in Budhia that you said, I have to back this boy?
There are two things. One, as a CRPF head in Bhubaneswar and Odisha, I was committed to promote local culture and sports. That was one, official. When I joined in January there, when somebody told me, I think within a week, that there is a judo coach, he is a boy who runs 30 kilometers, 40 kilometers, and he is not getting tired. Believe me, I didn't believe it. So he said, no, you can call him here, you call to your office, call to your stadium, and he can go. I said, no, I will go. So I went to Branchi's place. It's a small place he has got. Met Budhia there and invited them next day to come to my stadium and let me have a try. Budhia ran, I thought he will run for 5 kilometers, 10 kilometers and will get tired and it's okay. He continued running. We got tired sitting there. And this man he ran about 30 kilometers that day.
Right.
And what Branchi told me, I believed it. Yes, this boy has something unusual, something exceptional in him, which can make him what we want to do. So that day onward, Branchi Das, Budhia, I will not say me or I will say my department, we became one to promote Budhia and to help him. That's how the story started from there.
Wonderful. Manoj Bajpayee, phenomenal performance we can make out from the trailer. You are the person really who, and the role that you essay of Biranchi Das, the coach of Budhia Singh, played an extremely important role in Budhia doing what he did. He dared him to dream, literally. He made him run. He saw the talent and he followed it. How crucial do you think this coach's role was?
As an actor or as a person?
Both.
Okay.
First as a person, when you analyze his role, and then as an actor when you performed it.
Okay, see, you know, as a person, I feel it would be very difficult. See, I used to teach theatre in schools, and I used to find it quite challenging and, you know, quite demanding to communicate with the children when their energy is all over the place. You know, the last thing that they want to hear is the instruction from you. So for a coach, I believe to train a 5-year-old is very, very difficult, because to direct him, to give him one direction, to put him in some kind of a discipline is something very challenging for a coach. For an actor, I always maintained a distance from Mayur, who is playing Budhia. At the same time, I was always available to him and all the children who were there in the film. You know, just trying to find a right balance between the actor and the real coach that I was playing, because I wanted these children to feel that I am a coach, you know, on the set also, off the camera too. So I used to give away that much and not more, you know. So all the time maintaining that, you know, that image about myself was very, very difficult off the camera, because we were meeting for 40, 45 days and behaving in a certain way with the children, not getting carried away by their, you know, innocence, was quite a difficult task. I told my director also that, you know, I don't want, please don't force me to behave and to make friends with them in the manner that you want me to be friends with them, because I have my experience with working with children, and I just leave it to me that, you know, I'll be doing everything right when it comes to dealing with them. And it worked. I mean, eventually, when you see the film, Mayur, till now, he comes and holds my hand. But at the same time, Mayur knows that he can't cross a line, you know. So that's how Biranchi was with Budhia, because that's the research that we've done. We've realized that, you know, that's how Biranchi was with Budhia. He was like, he was father-like, he was mentor-like, he was guide-like, he was teacher-like, he was friend-like, but he never let him cross a boundary.
It's very interesting you say that, and I want to come to you, Sunil, because you're the captain of the Indian football team, and as the captain, you're also leading the boys, you're leading the team. And the reason why I ask you, why is that role crucial? Because there's several parents and teachers here, and the role they play in the development of the child also kind of juxtaposes with the role you play. How does that role come to you? How do you balance that, being the captain, a friend, and a coach all at the same time?
Good afternoon, everyone. Khana nahi khaya kya? Good afternoon, everyone. Yeah, that's nice. I mean, when I was growing up, and when I used to look up to my seniors, the best thing that I realized was, you see and you learn more than when you get lectured. So जब मैं छोटा था और कोई आके मुझे lecture देता था, मैं बहुत bore हो जाता था, because you have just little span, and all the kids over here will understand that. So when I became a senior, when I became the captain, I thought, if I be a better professional, if I come on time, if I trust and respect my coaches, if I do the right things, eat the right stuff, sleep at the right time, and be a good example for my younger ones to see me, they will learn more than me calling them, Acha, aaja, aaja, baitho, let me lecture you, let me tell you what. Then you just tend not to get what exactly you should get. So as what I learned when I was young is to see and learn, is what I try to give when I'm a senior. It's much more easier, especially in sports. Because in sports, you tend to lose that consideration very soon. So I try to be a better professional, I try to be a better example, and then I hope that kids are going to follow, and the pattern goes on. When they become senior, they'll have the same thing, and the cycle goes on. And I think that's the right way.
Interesting. Dr. Mukherjee, Sunil Chetri raises a very important point that kids beyond a point can't listen to too much advice. But at the same time, in your experience as a child psychologist, do you feel that parents somehow at times live their own dreams through their children? They're trying to vicariously live through their children. Have you felt that? And how does a parent's pressure in that sense affect the child?
You are absolutely correct. As a matter of fact, most of the parents, they always want to live their dreams through their children. What they always wanted to do or what they could not do. Somewhere they had the potential, especially ladies also, what they could have done in their life, but they could not do because of marriage or certain reasons. Even men for that matter, to earn money, they could not do certain things. So they always try to live their life through their children. And my child should become this. But we need to understand one thing, that every child, like for example, is not a scholar. Every child may not be an athlete. Every child may not be a musician or a good dancer or a singer. The most important thing for children to be happy, these happy kids, everyone has to be happy, right? We all want to be happy, the most important objective. So to be happy, we need to allow them to find out their passion. Because in our life, the maximum time we spend, or 1/3 of our life, we are spending in something what we call vocation or work. To bring about survival, to earn money. Sometimes we don't enjoy it. If that part, 1/3, apart from 1/3 what we sleep, if that 1/3 we are able to enjoy to the fullest, you can just imagine a sportsman, the way he enjoys, or a musician, creating a music, or a painter, or anyone for that matter, an actor, acting, that's his soul, his spirit. So when you are doing what you love to do, and that is nothing like it, that is spiritual growth, I would say. In a small child also you can create that spirituality. So we need to help to find them, to help them to find out what is their passion, what is that they love to do, and then guide them, mold them. There is something called a format, 3F, what we call it.
Right.
But we will not go into that right now.
Right.
Okay, thank you.
I want to come to you, Ms. Korea. You have broken tradition by being the first woman principal. That in itself is for many others extremely inspirational. But like what Dr. Mukherjee said, do you face that? Are you trying to instill in the children who are here and the others in your school, perhaps the dreams of what their parents want them to do? Or how difficult is it to really bring out what the child wants to do and allow them to nourish that, to further that dream?
Thank you, Maruk. First of all, I am very happy to have all of you here. The name of your films, Born to Run, is very well aligned with the motto of my school, which is Born for Greater Things. Okay, so in that context, thank you. And I think my boys and my teachers are also happy. To answer your question, Maruk, as a principal, and I think my staff will agree with me, that we are always trying to maintain that delicate balance between the security and the mental well-being of the child and the expectation of the parent. Okay? In this generation, maybe it's always been there, but since we are teachers in this particular generation, parental expectations are great. I don't know where the parents have set that standard. I mean, they have a hidden standard in their mind. Possibly it has come from something that happened, as doctor said, in their childhood. It could be something they have read. It could be something that they have seen. And unconsciously, they compare their child to that standard in their mind. Okay? The standard could be the neighbor's kid also. And because of that, they expect so much from their child. And each child, we believe, is uniquely different. And within those differences itself, there are variations. Like, for instance, we pride ourselves on being a sports school.
Right.
Children, we have superstars who play very good football, for instance. And a boy who's very good at football, there may be a day he's just off. And I've had parents on the sideline screaming, "You idiot, get your head into the game." Okay, now that's very sad. Okay, we can't say anything. This is what the parent wants. And this is with sports, this is with studies, this is with music, with everything. So I think...
And that's perhaps something that should change. Or
Should.
at least we hope that parents start listening to actually what the children
Absolutely.
want. And
Absolutely.
Manoj, I want to ask you this. Like you mentioned, you researched the movie. There was a lot of research that went into what Budhia did and what happened to him and how he became this child prodigy and the world's youngest child marathon runner. Do you think if he had been in a different country, he would perhaps have been encouraged more? Do you feel that in India, our young talent is not given that kind of support from the system, from the state, from the government?
Yes, this has been the case, I think, since the time we've got independence. Somewhere we concentrated only on few areas like, doctors, engineers, and after that we started forgetting that any other fields which exist, which can really, take your child forward mentally and emotionally. The place I come from, acting was considered the lowest of the job. Okay, till the time I took the train for Delhi to study in Delhi University and do theatre, I didn't have the courage to say to my parents or to my to my friends that I want to become an actor, because the only thing they were expecting me, the entire society wanted me to become was either doctor or engineer. So this is the society that we made for ourselves. That I so agree with ma'am. My daughter goes to school. The way we are treating our children is so criminal actually. I started calling today's children as trophy children. They can't do anything wrong. They should not have any freedom. They should always look good. They should be compared with the best which is there in parents' mind. So when I'm coming back to your question, when we talk about Make in India, this is also part of Make in India. Look at Chetri. We are so proud of him. We have a sportsman, we are so proud of him. And I, as an Indian, I want to be proud of many such talents. I'm always looking for one. And Budhia, kind of a child in other country, would have been a legend by now, at the age of 14. He would have been written about, talked about, celebrated about. But this is the tragedy of our country, that we could not even celebrate that 5-year-old boy's ability. I'm not talking about his achievement. I'm talking about his ability and passion to nurture him, passion to protect him, protect his ability to go far. And this is sad. Budhia, and there are too many Budhias in this country. I have seen from my own eyes in my own small town, one cricketer, he was from my school. People used to say that, he's one of the best. At the age of 12, experts used to say that he's one of the best spinner. And where is he today? Because we stopped looking for talents, because we don't care for talents. We only want achievements, but we don't want the process.
Very interesting point that you made, that Make in India should be that we make these kind of talents, we make Olympians who hit gold at the Olympics. Sunil, 105 athletes in the Indian delegation going to the Olympics, thrice the number in the Chinese delegation. Does that upset you, the number and the parity?
This is a difficult one. Every time that I watch Olympics and we see the front runners like America and China, and I think, what do they do differently that we don't? So one of the main reasons is sports medicine. Number 2 is they take care of sports very well. Number 3 is they put a lot of infrastructure. But one of the most important reasons is they have a bigger pool to choose from. If you see America's population, if it is China's population, they have a bigger pool to choose talent from. And so do we. So when I sit and I think, all right, हमारे सारे चले गए Olympics में, and then we don't get as many medals as what they get, where are we going wrong? Then I ask myself, whichever talent that we have in our country, kids like Budhia and so many of them, are they getting the right coaching? Are they getting the basic coaching? Forget about luxury. Are they getting the basic coaching? Are they been monitored? Number one, to trace them. You know what? अंडमान में 2 बच्चे हैं, लक्षद्वीप में 3 हैं, वो cyclist है, वो footballer है, वो hockey वाला player है. Have we identified and are we giving them enough? Only the day when we identify all talent in sports, because we're talking about Olympic, and if we are giving them basic, I'm not even talking luxuries, basic amenities to train and to compete, and if after that we only come back with 7, 6, 8 medal, whatever, we can put our hands up and say, you know what, we tried our best, we gave best to everything possible in our country, and we take it. But right now we don't. I can speak over here and we all know this, we don't. So when we don't give everything that we can to all the talent, then there's no point, अरे यार छोड़ो, हम लोग को medal नहीं मिलने वाला, China को मिलेगा, या America को मिलेगा. So when we're not doing our homework, when we're not identifying those talents and not giving them basic amenities and infrastructure, we are not supposed to crib that we're not getting medals. Because we are 1.3 billion people, there is no way that we don't have talent in any sport. Forget about any sport, about anything in life. Actors, musicians, sports people, anything. There is no way that even God comes and tells me that there's a dirt of talent in my country. It is impossible. What we are lacking is finding the talent and giving the talent, he or she, basic amenities to perform well. Budhia was noticed what there, and I said there's only one Budhia that we have come across. There are so many Budhias in this country. So many of them. The spinner who had lost. I played a lot of football with a lot of kids who were better than me. Where are they? I don't even know. And they must be thinking, you know what? I was better than Chetri. He is there as the national captain, and I could have been better than him. Lost. And like that, we are losing hundreds of them every second. And that's a worry. I just hope in coming time, we can rectify that. Because in no way, the kind of population that we have, the kind of talent we have, we should be where we are in sports.
Very, very important and significant points that you made. Finally, Ajit, I want to ask you, is that there is no dearth of talent, right? Isn't that why Budhia Singh Born to Run becomes that much more an important story for people to see?
Absolutely it does. And it's a pity that a legend, as Manoj pointed out, or somebody who would have been actually a legend in another country, virtually, will almost sort of need a different medium to tell a story. So at one level, that itself is a tragedy. But yes, I think given where we are as a nation, it's very important for us that this film reaches millions of people, because I think this film is saying so many things, And I think we are, as a society, as some of my co-panelists also sort of touched upon, are swinging to the other extreme now. So from a point of saying, let's make only doctors and engineers, now we are swinging where we are thinking, let's make only gold medalists and super achievers and trophy children, I think the film is saying something more profound. It's saying born to run. It could be born to sing. It could be born to do anything. So I think it's about setting people free, and let them do what they are born to do. Yeah, Manoj was born to act. Yeah, he was born to play football. So when are we going to let people do what they are born to do? And that country is really, truly a free country, And I think that message is very vital, and Bollywood and films, given that they are the vehicle of the popular narrative, and, they are the vehicle through which message goes out. I think I'm very, very confident that we still have a lot of hope, and we look forward that one day Budhia actually fulfills his dream, and if not, but in another Olympics, he makes that twist with the destiny that is very, very due to him.
I think all the kids who are here are listening to that and saying that we should be born to be free to do what we really want to do. Those are the words, and I'm now going to open the floor for questions. We have a lot of parents as well as the media present here. I'm going to open the floor to questions from you.
Hello, hi. This is Mayur here from Cinestan.com. There's just another Mayur, I think, in the house. I've not